All right, guys, it's a beautiful evening. Give me an idea, guys, of where you're watching us from. Let me know if the sound is okay. So tonight we have a very special guest. We have Mr. Chanda Mukupa, who is going to be joining us shortly to discuss quite a number of important issues. So, guys, I'm asking that please share the video as we bring our guests on board so that we can discuss this very important issue relating, financial transparency and things like that. So, guys, give me a message. Tell me if you can hear me. Oh, fantastic. We have Mukushi, all right? So we have our special guest tonight, Mr. Mukupa Chanda. All right, so we're discussing everything about bukombe. So guys, prepare your questions. I'm just going to bring him on board just now. Good evening, Mr. Mukupa, and welcome to the show. You are live. Our viewers can actually see you.
Good evening, thank you.
Indeed. David says he's watching us from Mukushi. Oh, Mukushi, good. How is Mukushi, David? Tai M says peace. Okay. And he says the sound is audible. All right. Okay, good. Tell us where you're watching us from. Guys, tonight we have this fantastic show. We have our special guest who is Mr. Mukupa Chanda, who is going to be discussing with us a lot of pertinent issues. Now, guys, as you know, we discussed earlier that we are going to talk about issues bothering Bashi bukombe and bukombe, and also just to see how these garment men and women contribute so much to, betterment of marriages, but also want to explore the other aspect. Is it really true that Bashi bukombe and bukombe have contributed to some instances where men or women fail to talk about money in marriage freely? Is it really true? So we are going to talk about a lot of pertinent issues, guys. Feel free to ask your questions, and I will be happy to share as we go. So in the meantime, I want to welcome you to the show, Mr. Mukupa. We are very excited to have you here, and thank you so very much. So we begin, Mr. Mukupa, just by just getting briefly for our viewers to know more about you. Of course, I've told them that you are bukombe, but I didn't want to go into details. So, who is Mr. Chanda Mukupa?
Well, thank you very much for inviting me to this program. As you have rightly said, my name is Chanda Mukupa. I'm a bukombe, and I'm a Christian. I go to UCZ. I'm an MCF. And I work I'm a civil servant. I work in the government.
In the government. Okay, right. I think
married, and I've got 4 children. My last born son is in grade 10.
Good.
So I'm a family of 4 children.
4 children. Okay.
So
that's fantastic. It's really good to know that you're quite a humble man. You just give us what is actually fantastic. That's good. So just to begin with, you do remember last week we did put up an article regarding Bashi bukombe, and I must tell you, Mr. Mukupa, that you are actually one of those people just came out in a much more better sense, because we received quite a lot of messages I didn't share with you. My inbox was flooded with a lot of messages, and actually some calls, some of them were not so nice. Some of them were moderate. Some of them I don't know where to put them. So just to begin with, what do you think is the current status of Bashi bukombe in Zambia right now? What is going on? But because in the past, we used to have people that looked like yourself as Bashi bukombe. People that were elderly, But nowadays, we even have people that are way younger, but they are carrying out those duties of Bashukombe. So what is the status of Bashukombe currently?
Thank you so much. Like I alluded to earlier on, I'm happy that you have invited me to this program so that I can correct the narrative which was going on the social media that day. First and foremost, you should know that to be a Shibukombe, you don't need an elderly person as per se. All what you need is a person who went through the right channel in getting married, who was taught. So the same information that he was taught is the same one he uses to pass on to the younger couples. That's number one. So because of that, you don't need somebody who is very old. You just need somebody who has gone through the same teachings. It's unfortunate that here in Lusaka, especially in Lusaka, people are masquerading to be Shibu Kombes at the expense of genuine Shibu Kombes.
Yes.
A genuine Shibu Kombe will not market or advertise himself. A genuine Shibu Kombe will be followed by people because they will see wisdom in that particular person. A genuine Shibu Kombe will not charge you anything, but people will only appreciate you after we have concluded all the marriage arrangements. A Shibu Kombe will not go and ask people to be engaged. People will follow him to be engaged. Lastly, a Shibu Kombe is approached. I want you to get this one very important.
Yes.
A Shibu Kombe is approached by the parents of a prospective husband,
Yes.
the young man who wants to marry. Now, what we are seeing these days is a young man who engage his friend or neighbor or somebody who is close to him
All right. So what we are getting, we may have lost.
or
Yes. Yes. You're back. Yes. Okay. So right, you're back now. We lost you a bit.
you have lost me.
All right. So guys, if you're just joining us, please share the video. Invite others to join us. We're
Just let me
discussing.
come back.
All right. Mr. Mukopo is back. We had temporarily lost him. Actually, I like the points he's raised. He's saying that Bashukombe, there's been people that are masquerading as Bashukombe. And according to what he's saying right now, he's saying that a genuine Shibukombe, we will not charge you. I think I'm very much interested in that particular point where a genuine Shibukombe is not charging you anything. But because now we have people that are full-time Shibukombes and they are being paid for that. So this comes as news to us that the genuine Shibukombe will not charge you, but instead rather you, the person that's being assisted, you're just going to appreciate them on your own at a later date. All right, so guys, please feel free to tell us what you think. Send in your questions and your contributions. Mr. Mukopo, are you there? Are you back?
Wait.
All right, I can. Okay, let's do this. Okay.
I think I'm now back.
Okay, good. All right, okay, good. You're back now. Yes, yeah. You're muted. Okay, so the point that is of interest, apparently before you left, you did mention that a joining Shibukombe, that is very important. You said a joining Shibukombe, we will not charge you. I think that's very strange to many of us, partly because I personally know people that are in full-time business of being a Shibukombe, and they are paid quite very well. I must tell you that actually there are even some certain, you're even told, no, you even have to buy nkokoya so mukalete then in ashani. Those things are happening, they are real right now. So for you to mention here that a joining Shibukombe will not charge you, but rather will only be appreciated if you feel like appreciating them. That is quite news. So then what is your view? What is your comment on those Shibukombes who are full-time Shibukombes? They are charging quite good amounts for the services, for the wisdom that they share. What is your take on that? You're muted. Yeah, you're still muted. Okay, Mr. Mkupo is muted. Are you able to unmute? Yes, we are unable to hear you. Okay. It's okay. You are muted now. So now you may unmute. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, maybe what you can do, you may just leave and join again. When joining, allow the sound to come through, please. You may allow the sound to come through. We have some questions coming through, but in the meantime, I will allow Mr. Mkopo to leave and rejoin again, but because we seem to be having some connection problems. So, guys, this is going to be an interesting topic, partly because we have a lot of businesses currently in our country that people are charging for Shibukombe services. And the other day I put up an article. I was saying that I feel personally that Bashibukombe have been the people to blame for the many failed marriages. Not necessarily them to blame, but when it's come to financial transparency, it's like the way a young man is being taught when they are going into marriage. They are being taught, like they are teaching them to be tough kind of husbands. It's like even women also are being taught by Mukombe to never talk about these issues of money. It's fun that the lady does not ask questions, because some tradition they perceive too many questions coming from a lady as being disrespectful to the husband, and in the end we have a husband who is comfortable but the wife is very broke and keep on suffering. All right, so guys, I want you to give us your take. What's your take regarding this issue, and what questions do you have right now? What questions do you have for of course our guest tonight? So I'm gonna bring him on back. Okay, good. Now we can hear you. Yes, Mr. Mukpo, you're back. We lost you for a bit. Now we can hear you.
Good evening once more.
Indeed, sure, thanks.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can now hear you very clearly now.
Okay, thank you so much. So, what was the question? I can
So
bring it
what
back.
I was saying was that you did mention earlier that a genuine Shibukombe will not charge you for helping you settle down. It is only you, the person who's being assisted, who is going to get back later on and appreciate the Shibukombe. So now this is a shock to many of us, partly because I know also people that are Shibukombe full time. That's what they do. They even have Facebook pages. Just like they have Wanabukombe, they have Facebook pages. They go from one wedding, one kitchen part to another, and things like that, and they're being paid quite well. So what is your take regarding such ones?
Those are bogus Shibukombes. They are not genuine Shibukombes. A Shibukombe will not advertise himself. A genuine Shibukombe will not market himself, but people will follow him. Are you getting that point?
Yes, very much, very much.
Yes. So what happens is this: when a young man wants to marry,
Yes.
he will ask his father, "Daddy, I want to marry. Can you look for somebody who can help me to follow the right procedure?" Then the parents, not the young man, the parents will look for a person he knows that is good in marital counseling. He runs his own property. He's a well-disciplined person, the person of integrity. That is the person the parents will go and engage. Muchibe mbatulanda okuchira ati afya shibamwaume bakayafukamina shibukombe na akambale akabuta babikamu something. I'll give you a practical example, maybe just a 200 or 300 depending on their capacity.
Yes.
Then when the women will even bafukama batota bakonkula, then they
Yes.
ask for twefa mutufundireko mu mwana.
Mwana.
Are
Mm.
you getting that point?
Very much.
Not an individual young man to go and look for sugar. No, it's a parent. Let me emphasize that point. It's a parent of a young man who look for the
Bashi
bashuko.
bukombe.
Upon Banish Bakupera, you know, you as a Shuko, we have been mandated to start the counseling of the young man by the parents.
Yes.
Bakupera nomba maka ayakufunda omwana tekiwambire fo wekata bakupera maka basa kufukamina. During that process of kufukamina, that's where you explain how you do things and tell them that us we don't charge.
Mm-hmm.
After I've concluded everything, then you people, you come back and say thank you to us for the works that we have
That
done
you have done.
without charging them.
Ah.
That is the right process and that is the right procedure we do.
So a
So
young man
those
who
who are
comes alone.
marketing themselves, who are doing that as a business, they are bogus. They are not genuine. You know, like I said earlier on when I spoke to you,
Mm-hmm.
a civil you can know somebody if you go to the same church,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you're in the same neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you are working together. These are the people, or you interact at a certain social place together. It's
Mm-hmm.
somebody whom you should know very well. Not your
Mm-hmm.
mutamamu is civil combe. That is absolutely wrong.
Oh yeah. So that is very clear and appreciated. So a young man who comes alone to you that he wants to be state, you would not accept that young man.
No, 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 no. When a young man asks me that, sir, I would like you to help me, I always advise him what to do.
Uh-huh.
I would advise them, go and ask your parents to come and see me.
Oh yeah.
So a young man who is serious will go and ask the parents to come and see me. Then the parents will come and talk, engage with Kamina. Not a young man, me, I listen to the young man and start following that. No, 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 no. I can't do that.
So when it comes to money matters, so let's say this family comes to you, they approach you, everything is okay, you discuss, and then the process begins. So my area of interest is what is there a portion that has been incorporated to be able to handle financial matters in this whole arrangement, and if yes, how is that done? Partly because we are seeing that more often than not, most young men who are getting married now, it's becoming, even just adults, it's very difficult to be transparent financially. Does it have anything to do with the teaching from Bashibu Kombe, or if not, is there what is that to do in your teaching that will help a young man with regards to financial transparency?
Thank you. You know, if there is an issue that we most emphasize on is about money, management of resources in a home, because it's one of the issues that brings confusions or problems
In a home.
in a family or in a couple. So what we say, and I want to emphasize, get this one correct.
Yes, yes.
If a man's salary is not his salary, it's for both. If you are lucky, like these days, you and me, our wives work, our salaries, our both salaries are for both of us. When a man gets a salary, he has to bring it to the wife, and they make the budget together. If they both work, they bring both their salaries, their disposable incomes together, and make a budget. Are you listening?
Yes, yes.
Now we go a step further. That women generally they want to be wholly responsible for the affairs of their home. So the best thing you can do as a man, don't talk about money. leave the issues of budgeting to the woman alone. Are you
So,
getting
so
me?
that means when you get paid, you don't have to be part of the buying process as a man. All you do, you get paid, you get that money, you give your wife. That's it.
That's the best. If you don't want problems, because the way women are this. When you make the budget together, she will say, "Eh, mpya shapa paka tuwa sana that, mama anga twiste, mama anga twiste." So mpya shapa kwa so fine ndarama. So the best way to avoid such problems, you give your money to your wife to handle everything at home. If you want, maybe when you are for wabura pofia no, for your pocket money or for your personal use. But the budgeting of family needs, you leave it to your wife. And I can assure you, even if she has put the money together, a salary and your salary, the money won't sustain you up to the month end. It will finish halfway. And as a man, you
Okay.
just the rate of budget. You just supplement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that women must misuse things.
Mm-hmm.
By nature, women they don't spend everything up to the month end. They always
Mm-hmm.
ask for something. That's
Mm-hmm.
number two. Even if you have given your wife that salad, when you have your own autonomous income, you should be supplementing. They say unabomba. Hai.
Mm-hmm.
Ele kubalisha kwa nama ya mpanga na
Mm-hmm.
kubalisha kwesabi. You can buy
Mm-hmm.
those and supplement. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying it's your responsibility to be buying that thing. Hai. You
Mm-hmm.
are made supplementing on what your wife has been buying at home.
Yes.
Number two. That's number three. We encourage young couples to invest together.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a capital project that they intend to do, they sit together and start investing whilst they are very, very young. Number four, if they haven't advanced themselves academically, we also encourage them to start advancing in their academic. Let's say one can have a certificate, a degree, the woman they can agree, the woman goes back to school. Are you getting me?
Yes, yes, very much.
It's not true that we advise men to be buying food or to be hiding money. No, we advise them to make the budgets together. But because the women wala sana, it's better wamushira pe amu alipanga budget.
Nipanga budget.
So kita avoid vya kulandalanda munganda. But ngashapo mpia washita no chumo ameolenda nempia musecha. Nibemba wite olenda nempia musichini. A man must be transparent to the wife. Equally,
Mm-hmm.
a woman must be transparent. But I can also go further by saying that a man should not depend on a woman's income. A woman own supplements. A man must work very hard to fend for the family. But if you are very lucky, you find a very good woman, of which they are most of the women are good. Which means that is fine. We can put the resources together and work together as a family. I hope I've
So,
made
so,
myself.
so that's very clear. So you're telling us that if a woman works, the husband works, she can go and buy popcorns with her salary. You don't have to complain about it. She can do
No.
whatever she likes with her money. No problem about it.
In fact, if we don't ask about a woman's salary.
No,
Well.
so the issue if you go for work, the wife works, the wife gets paid. If she likes, the young man, if she likes, she can misuse her money as a man. Don't have to say anything about it.
If you are breaking,
So
but are you saying the woman,
my,
if she squanders
if
the money, you don't.
you don't have to complain about it.
Ah, you know what you have reminded me.
Mm-hmm.
If in a home you have got 4,000 kwacha
Mm-hmm.
and your wife has got 8,000 kwacha, how
Mm-hmm.
much money do you have in a home?
That's a good one. That's a good
Eh?
one. The wife has got 8. You have 4,000 kwacha. Now, going by what you've explained, that means you have 4,000 kwacha in your home.
Yes, we don't put much concern about the woman's salary. If
Mm-hmm.
she wants, she can supplement. If she doesn't, you don't wait. We don't need to be complaining so much. Just work as a man, just work hard as a man, and provide and fend for your family. But if you are very lucky, the woman is able to bring this and that. That is fine. Let me give you an example of myself.
Yes, yes.
Me, I've given my ATM card to my wife.
Mm-hmm.
When the salary is ready, she goes with and withdraw, make the budget. Maybe I just ask her, maybe give me something for fuel.
Mm-hmm.
But when I have my own autonomous income, I use it the way I want.
Ah.
For projects, I use it to supplement for the family needs and other things. But for the salary, I don't touch it. Even the ATM card, she's the one who is keeping it. By doing that, I'm avoiding unnecessary quarrel in a home. If there's a problem, if there's an issue which brings problem in a home, it's a financial problem. So you should learn how to manage your resources as a couple. And the best is by you as a man to lead to provide leadership when it comes to money issues. And this is the best way of managing resources in the way I've explained.
So if all these things are taught to a young man financially, because you've raised very important issues. You study from investment. You encourage young people to go and seek investment together. If the wife is not fully educated properly, you also encourage them to get an education. Both of them to grow together as a couple. And when it comes to budgeting, you're encouraging the man to give the responsibility to the wife to plan for the monies properly and not to depend on the wife's money if the wife at all works. So if all these things are taught, before I come to the next question, if all these things are taught, what do you think has resulted into lack of financial transparency between couples? Because now we have couples. It is very sad, Mr. Mkupa, to note some couples, the husband is very comfortable, the wife is very broke. Sometimes the wife looks to be expensive, the husband looks to be very cheap. What has resulted in this disconnection between financial transparency when it comes to couples? Because most couples don't seem to be working together financially.
There are several factors to that problem. One of the factors which I always talk about when a couple has problem is the foundation. Foundation is very, very key. How did they marry each other? Did they go premarital counseling? If they did they go through all the nitty-gritty of premarital counseling? So you find that most of the couples, the young couples, they don't go through the premarital counseling. So that's the biggest challenge. Second, others go through, but they are naturally stingy, unfortunately, especially young men.
Oh no.
They are
I think
naturally stingy, so if you cheat them,
that's difficult. That's difficult to change.
they
That's
don't
difficult.
change. Yeah. Then as you alluded to, others they get wrong teachings.
Mm-hmm.
Because they gained long shibukombes, so they were taught
Uh-huh.
wrong things. So it's difficult now to bring them back.
Mm-hmm.
So these are some of the factors or the last one. Some
Mm-hmm.
women they don't know how to use money. They
Mm-hmm.
mismanage often.
Now, just on that point, I was going to that point, but because when we do our financial training involving husbands, most husbands have complained that the reason why they are not fully transparent with the wife is because the wife does not know how to use money. So at what point do you begin to give back the responsibility of budgeting in your home to your wife as a husband? Because most husbands, that's one of the highest reason they give. They say, no, madam, you see the pameni up. If there's a one man who gave me an example, he told me that if you get paid at 5,000 and then you ask your wife to budget for it, she's going to budget for the 5,000. She will not leave anything for emergencies. So in the end, the husband is forced to hide some money. Do you think that's justifiable reason enough for a husband not to be transparent to his wife when it comes to finances? Because he says she does not use money well. So how well should your wife use money then?
You know, it's very, very imperative
All right, so we may have lost Mr. Mkupa. So guys, we are discussing
for both
the
parties.
oh, okay, it's back.
Hello?
Yes, yes, you're back.
Sorry, there was a call on my phone, eh?
Yes, okay, sure.
Yeah. I was saying it is very, very important for both partners to be transparent in the way they spend their resources because this is the right partner. You will stay forever together until death do you apart. And that's why I tell the young couple that before you married, you pretend to know each other. But you only come to know each other very, very well when you start staying together. Especially the first 5 years. That's when now you know the true colors of your partner. So it's through that 5 years, that's where you find that other couples they face a lot of challenges. And it's through that 5 years that they know each other. So in that 5 years, you know that my friend has got this weakness, my friend has got this strength. So as a man, you're supposed to provide leadership. Where we have seen a weakness, provide leadership. Talk to you, engage your madam until she changes. Some people they need to be reminded every time. As a man, we have a key responsibility of providing leadership. So when you see a weakness in your madam, continue talking about it until change. Bambi bala change, bambi taba change. Abafuna chanda bambi chief yali. But but bambi bala change. Urela ndapo, urela ndapo.
Mm,
Urela langa defi
mm,
akuchi. I'll give
mm,
you an example. Me, I'm a very smart man. Ndabiala maluba.
mhm, mhm,
My
mhm,
wife has known that gift. So I've
mhm,
taken it upon myself. Ndabiala maluba panga win.
mhm.
Abas wali sambili na wali ambo tashani. Kubiala
Kubyala
maluba.
amaluba. Mm,
I'm quiet. So even the way we manage our resources, we need to be talking to our resources day and night until to have in the right perspective.
mhm. That's quite appreciated. So in your view, how engaging must a wife be when it comes to finances? Partially because we have seen that in some instances, a research we conducted 2 months ago revealed that actually about uh, over 50% of ladies don't engage when it comes to money in a positive sense. The way they engage with a budget for the month for food, clothing, and things like that. They don't engage when it comes to investment. Is there a way that you advise a young man, or I'm not sure about how women are taught where they are taught. How do you feel a wife should engage the husband when it comes to family finance and investment?
Let me take you backwards. If you ever start if trafunda umlumendos. Pashu come trafunda umlumendo. And
Mm-hmm.
even when Musaku na bene wale funda umwana. But
Mm-hmm.
on the last day, is what we call kubikama fundi panga pama.
Pamo.
Yes. Why we do this? We want to compare notes.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know what the woman has been taught and what the man has been taught, so that
Mm-hmm.
we blend the teachings together.
Mm-hmm.
And where there are some gaps, where we feel there are some gaps, we fill up those gaps. We talk to them, both of them at the same time. And these are the issues that we talk to them together. So that if there is a problem where a woman was not taught from the other side, we talk about it. If it's from the man's side, the women talk about it too. In the presence of both the young couple. So even this issue, we talk about it. And we also remind them that man, if there's a problem in the future, always talk about it. We now foolish one and I'm gonna party the pants and I'm sitting. You go to the bedroom, sit down, you discuss and you find a lasting solution. Before we encourage the young papas, when they have a challenge, they don't discuss in public. Not even where their children, where there are other people. They go to the bedroom, matrimonial bedroom, and discuss and find a lasting solution. The key word is here to discuss if there's a problem in the bedroom. Muchiwe maturanda ati kuingira kukati. Wanu wali mupapo ile word yangu
Mm.
kukati. Komwangurandila ama problems yenu mkwete. And when you discuss, because if you discuss biashara kuisa kukati.
But
Financial issues is one of the major issues which you need to be discussing time and again until you bring your friend up to speed. Yeah.
so now with that in mind, you did mention here that like I've gotten you very well. Your ATM card is with your madam, which is a very recommendable thing. And now you did talk about side hustle. So when it comes to side hustle, that money, it's okay if the husband does not discuss to the wife the money from the side hustle. He has a salary of 5,000, for example. This money comes in, the wife gets all of it, and then he has side hustles. So that the money from side hustles, even if he does not disclose, it's okay.
Come again. Your line was breaking, so come again.
Okay, you did mention earlier that a salary is not supposed to be touched. So it's, you teach these young men that when you get paid, leave the budgeting to your wife. Give her the money, let her make the budgeting for the home. But if you have some side hustles, that is the money which you can use for what you feel like using. So just to put clarity on that one, does that mean that money from side hustles should not be disclosed to the wife?
No. I didn't say that. I didn't mean that. Even if you have some autonomous, we can declare. Maybe let's say I'm a civil servant. I go for workshop and I'm paid an allowance. I should come and tell my wife that, oh, where I went, I was paid this much. Then the teacher said, okay, from the since I know there are a few things at home, buy some things to supplement on what is there. If she has maybe want to buy her something from the same income, you can give her something. So I
Ah,
didn't mean that we should not declare that we should declare. That is part of transparency.
ah. All right.
Yes.
Okay. No, that's understandable. So in your view, two people that are working in isolation financially, how best can they manage that problem so that they can become they can become financially equipped without to invest together. There are several couples right now who are working in isolation. Today, I was talking to a lady when the teachers recruitment was announced. So there was a video that was going around. It was viral of a woman calling her husband, telling her husband how happy she was that she was employed. And then this lady I was with told me that it's so sad that some of us don't have who to call to tell the good news because it's complicated. It's complicated. So you've been employed, but you can't call your husband to share the good news because things are not okay. Is there a way that you can suggest for those that are working in isolation financially to mend that link so that they can embrace the principles of financial transparency? What can be done? Is it too late, or there's a way that can be done?
Well, like I said earlier, we are breaking. I didn't get your question fully, but from the little thing that I've gotten from you, that even if you are in a long distance relationship or marriage, you should always put your resources together, manage your resources together. And the ideal situation is to open a joint account so that everybody is able to see how the resources are being used. I can give you another example of myself. There was a point in time I was working from the copper belt. My wife remained in SAC. Even then, she used to manage my account and having the ATM card. And that's the very time we are also building the house. So even if each time I demand on the government, I would send it to her to go and supervise the works at the plot. So Whether you are staying together or are staying apart, ensure that all the projects, all the capital projects, the investments, you do them together. You know, it's very, very bad if you are doing projects as a man alone, and when you die, your wife you have no has nowhere to start from because she was being sidelined. So the best is to work together so that even if you were gone, your wife will have somewhere to start from, or she will just continue from where you ended. Not only that, you can be incapacitated. Your wife can continue from where you ended, and life continues. So what I'm trying to emphasize that it's very, very imperative to work as one, as a couple, in everything what you do, whether it's in projects, you're building a house, if you intend to buy a car, you do it together as a couple.
Okay.
Hope
Uh,
it's clear there.
yeah, it's very very clear. In your view, partly because like I told you, when those calls were coming, of course there were also some other calls about some people who were swindled by Shibukombe. I'll tell you one example. How do you handle as a Shibukombe when it comes to the issues surrounding Lobola? I have a man who told me that when they went to pay Lobola with Shibukombe, the Shibukombe accepted an amount which he did not tell him to accept. How do you work around that? He told me the Shibukombe accepted the amount of money. Is it how is that done? So this man complained bitterly, and I felt that okay, we have a question. Um, okay, I'm going to bring this question later. This man complained bitterly of how the Chibukombe accepted the money, which the man initially told him, I can't afford this amount, and the Chibukombe accepted. How do you work around that?
You know, a Shibukombe in the first place, a Shibukombe is just a messenger,
Mm-hmm.
an emissary. Uh, First and foremost, you need to understand that it's not every tribe which charges Lobola. Lobola is for just a few tribes, maybe the Tongas, the Namwangas, the Mambwes, and the Ngonis. The rest of us we pay in Pango. I hope you know the difference.
What's the difference?
These tribes, especially the Tongas, the Namangas, who they charge ngombe, they charge cows. Eva Lobola. If we ever buy fwe, tripira fempango, it's a small amount as an appreciation to the parents for keeping their child and to bring up that child very well. So it's not much. Tapping in Dalama. Let's give an example of Abena Mwanga. Abena Mwanga bakupingura mpango ile. Para kupingura upiri walipila na washita suti aba wishi bamwana gashi. Na sembe, no lukasu, nenkoto, nensapato, na suti yaba for the mother. And those we don't even argue or question when they say we have to buy, we just go and buy. Then name pia kupingwa separated. Now, ilo mwamu kumfwane pia kulipile mpango. Takwa ugea weka Shibukombe. We go with the relative of the young man, the prospective husband. Maybe his elder brother or his uncle, or even a friend. Then him will remain outside when you are inside negotiating. But even before you go there, first you have to sit down as a family. You sit down with the family. Where we are going? How much are they going to charge? How much are we expecting to be charged? Then you look at the prevailing amount which are charging. You say, okay, 25,000. Are you able to afford this? Are you going to mind to pay? Yeah, I can't afford. I can only pay 16,000. So what pinga 25 bachibuko mwe mwe kubabwesha. Nangpa 18 nangpa 17. Are you getting that point?
Yes.
You have agreed as a family. So when you go there, inside the house now for discussions, they charge you So Shibukombe will start arguing. If you reach a certain point where you feel they are refusing, you say, okay, excuse us, let's we go outside. You go and consult the owner. The young man who we have left maybe inside in the car outside, together with the family. Oh, monument, but Pingo and Pia so much. What do you think? Are you able to pay this money? Said, I'm not able to pay. Go and negotiate further. That's why they bring it down. You go back, a Shibukome must have skills to negotiating skills, right? So that they are brought down. So you talk until they bring it down. Again, you don't also said yes. You go back as a family. Oh, young man, this is how much you have been charged. Is it? Are you comfortable with it? You said, oh, yes. Then you go back. So the Shukombe only say yes to what you have all agreed outside. So when I say okay, we are assuming 15,000, which means even the young man knows it's 15,000. After that, if a man akaleta kwa kushako na nchimo, but these days we encourage the young people to pay something. Let's say if you are charged 15,000, it's prudent that you maybe pay 10,000 as down payment, and then the balance later. If you have got enough months, you can even pay everything, and you even sign. As a Shukombe, you be the witness. Maybe the older brother, they also sign, or the uncle signs. So it's not possible for a genuine Shukombe like me to go and agree something which the young man is not capable of paying. No. Which means there's something wrong with the Shukombe.
Indeed. Wow, that's quite information. That's quite some information there. I'm sure somebody who wants to get married will be able to benefit very well. Now, just to follow up. Do you feel that when the amounts of lobola being charged have contributed to a lack of financial transparency when it comes to young couples? Do you feel when a man is overcharged where they are marrying somebody, do you feel that contributes to a man failing to disclose his finances fully to the wife when they marry?
No, that has got nothing to do with the non-disclosure of resources in a home. Because when you are charged something, it's a consensus of both families, and both families are happy. While there is no consensus, a man will withdraw. So whatever a man will pay, which means both families agreed. So there is no single marriage where a man will be complaining how he never need paying relationship, unless if it is damage. Maybe we will damage them, but then they will charge you and they only won't even negotiate because they are grieved. But when you just enter through the door, the parents are happy. Others they have become you are just my son, you know. They can't even charge you a lot of money. So whatever happens with the non-transparency of in the management of resources has got totally nothing to do with the Robola or Impango.
Ah, okay. Okay, partly because we have seen some situations where after charging, the man is upset and the family is upset. Like everyone is upset because, of course, maybe the other side did not reduce to what they were expecting. So in the end, everyone goes home with tempers high. So it's, in some instances, we have heard where even the man complains. He
My
says, "But
brother, sorry, my phone is shutting within 6 seconds.
all
So I
right,
might
okay.
you can continue later. So just give me a warning.
Okay, okay, good. Okay, no, we want to really appreciate so much, Mr. Mkupa, for this for this opportunity to discuss with you. And actually, please take note of the disclaimer that was put there. I'll be able to engage you more fully in private, but also in another function that we have. If you'll be able to be available. Thank you so very much for this wonderful opportunity, and have a very good evening. Unless there's something you'd like to conclude with. All right, that looks like we've lost Mr. Mkupa. Thank you so very much for support. So, guys, of course, we didn't get to finish up the remaining questions, but we'll be able to bring back Mr. Mkupa at a later date to come and now talk about the actual, the finance aspect. Where is this lack of, transparency really coming from? So just to conclude, I would like to urge all of you guys to be able to come and join us with a workshop. We'll be discussing financial transparency, but also be discussing financial planning, investments, and management for couples and also singles. We have a situation where husbands or wives find that one of them is comfortable, one of them is, you can't say the same. So we are running a workshop starting in October 1, 2022, and we invite all of you to come through so that you can come and learn practical ways of making investments and how to manage your finances. This has been Shodik Lusambo. I was discussing this with Mr. Mukupa Chanda, who's been very gracious with his time. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in our next episode. Bye-bye.